The universe. Estimated to be about 13.8 billion years old. Incredibly vast, with objects separated by immense distances. Milky Way galaxy alone contains over 100 billion stars. Universe contains billions of galaxies. When we observe objects in space, we see them as they were in the past. When we look at the sun, we are seeing it as it was about 8 minutes ago because that's how long it takes for light to travel from the sun to Earth. Light from distant objects takes time to reach us. When we observe celestial objects that are billions of light-years away, we are seeing them as they were billions of years ago. As the universe continues to expand, distant galaxies are moving away from us, making it difficult to determine their activity. The matter we can see and measure makes up only about 5% of the universe. The rest is made up of dark matter and dark energy, which we cannot see or measure, but they are speculated to exist because of the gravitational effects which keep the galaxies, black holes and other celestial bodies in motion. Scientists are not sure what dark matter and dark energy are, but they are thought to exist as a mysterious presence within the universe. Who am I? Human beings are naturally curious. From an early age, we ask questions and seek to understand the world around us. Seeking pleasure, comfort, and success are common pursuits in life. But we encounter suffering at every step of life. Many of us eventually begin searching for lasting fulfillment. The uncertainty surrounding death and what comes after is a universal human concern. The fear of the unknown, the desire to understand origins of the universe, the nature of consciousness lead us to seek spiritual wisdom. Hinduism has a long tradition of studying cosmos. Hindu theology incorporates cosmos as integral part of spiritual process. Hindu scriptures have many references to manifestation of universe as per eternal cyclical time scales. Many Hindu festivals and rituals are based on cosmic alignments. Pilgrimages to sacred sites with perceived cosmic energies is part of Hindu culture. Hindu view of cosmos influenced other Indian traditions, such as Jainism, Sikhism, Buddhism. Vedanta has influenced the thinking of some of the leading physicists of the 20th century, such as Niels Bohr, Erwin Schrödinger, Fritjof Capra. These physicists have correlated Vedantic ideas with the findings of quantum physics. Vedanta's exploration of the relationship between consciousness, the mind, and the body has implications for fields like psychology and medicine as it challenges the conventional ideology of separation of mind and body. The distribution of matter in the universe looks like the nerve connections in the human brain, Sabine Hossenfelder, astrophysicist. Consciousness often defined as the awareness of one's own existence and the ability to experience the world. Even unicellular organisms exhibit some level of response to environment. Scientifically, consciousness is thought to be a product of the brain as a survival mechanism. Many indigenous cultures believe in universal consciousness which is beyond the brain-body. Lakota people, North America, consider a great spirit as a source of all life. Aboriginals of Australia refer to creation of cosmos as the dreaming, which is a timeless realm of universal consciousness. India being oldest continuous civilization, a unique practice of exploring universal consciousness as foundation of spiritual awakening has been explored for thousands of years. A corpus of texts, practices, and lineages in Hinduism are dedicated to this idea. Many Hindu scriptures refer to universe as being manifest from a source described as infinite, all-pervading, eternal and unchanging consciousness, Brahman. That from which everything originates, by which everything exists, and into which everything dissolves, that is Brahman. Brahman is both personal and impersonal. Brahman is the source of all individual selves, or jivas. Brahman is the ultimate reality that transcends all individual selves. Rig Veda. The question of whether the universe is infinite or cyclical has been debated by cosmologists for centuries. As per the Vedas, universe is infinite. And it undergoes cyclical creation, sustenance, and dissolution as per cosmic time scales. A millennium before Europeans were willing to divest themselves of the biblical idea that the world was a few thousand years old, the Mayans were thinking of millions and the Hindus billions. Carl Sagan. The law of conservation of mass energy states that the total amount of mass and energy in the universe is constant. This means that matter and energy can be transformed from one form to another, but they cannot be created or destroyed. This law suggests that the universe has always existed and will always exist, in some form or another. It also suggests that the universe may go through cycles of creation and destruction, with matter and energy being reorganized into new forms over and over again. Hindus believe avatars of divine beings are able to manifest themselves in the material world with their ability to convert energy into matter. The laws of entropy indicate that there is a natural tendency towards disorder in the universe. This means that the universe is constantly becoming more chaotic. However, the law of conservation of mass energy puts a limit to how much disorder can exist in the universe. Which means there may be periods of time when the universe is more ordered, and other periods of time when the universe is more chaotic. It is possible that over time, the universe may go through cycles of becoming more ordered and then more chaotic, and then back to more ordered again. Hindu scriptures state that impermanence and change are inherent in the material world. The cyclical process reflects the interplay of order and chaos. The Brahma-Vishnu-Shiva trinity represents the balance between chaos and order. Brahma represents the force of creation, which brings order to the chaos. Vishnu represents the force of preservation, which maintains order in the universe. Shiva represents the force of destruction, which eventually leads to new creation. Brahman is both manifest and unmanifest. The manifest Brahman is the universe that we see around us. The unmanifest Brahman is the source of the universe, but it is beyond our comprehension. 2. The goal of all spiritual seekers is to realize Brahman. This means to experience the oneness of all things and to merge with the Supreme Consciousness. 3. As a spider projects forth and draws back its threads, as plants grow on earth, as hairs grow on the body, so does the universe emerge from the imperishable source. When a furniture or ornaments were being crafted, the intelligent cause, the carpenter or goldsmith, is different from the material cause, the wood or gold. Intelligent cause is called nimitta karanam. Material cause is called upadana karanam. The carpenter is separate from creation. But the spider is both the intelligent and material cause of its web. It designs and creates the web from its own silk. So the spider functions as abhina nimitta upadana karanam, which means both as intelligent cause and material cause. Similarly, Brahman is the only cause and source of the universe. It is both the intelligent cause as an architect and the material cause from which the universe is made. Brahman is not separate from manifest universe. Earth is a single entity, but it can produce a variety of plants. Brahman is a single entity, but it can produce a diverse range of effects. This is known as ekakarana aneka vida karyani. Many kinds of effects from one cause. Mango trees yield mangoes. Floral plants yield flowers. Our bodies produce our hair and nails, which are insentient. This means that a sentient being, the body, can produce something of a different nature, insentient hair and nails. This is known as vilakshana shrishti, as producing an effect of a different nature. Can our thoughts interact with atoms of the universe and influence their behavior? Is there communication between our brain and non-living matter? These are questions explored earlier by Vedanta and now by quantum physics. To say consciousness creates reality means our minds are not just observers of the universe, but are rather active participants in its creation. Double-slit experiment showed light can behave both as solid particles, photons, and as pure energy, waves, devoid of matter. Light, and other quantum objects, can exist in multiple states at the same time, and they can constantly change between those states. It means the universe is constantly in a state of flux, with energy and matter constantly being created and destroyed. Quantum physicists have determined that particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously, a phenomenon known as superposition. This suggests that reality is not fixed and that different possibilities coexist until observed, which means outcome of a measurement cannot be predicted with certainty and that interactions between atoms can be non-local. Observer effect. This implies that the observer has a fundamental role in shaping reality, challenging the classical belief in an objective, observer-independent reality. So does the universe really exist as we see it? Scientifically, the term observer doesn't necessarily refer exclusively to a conscious human observer. It can also refer to any measuring or detecting apparatus, including machines capable of interfering with quantum particles like photons. This life of yours which you are living is not merely a piece of this entire existence, but in a certain sense the whole, only this whole is not so constituted that it can be surveyed in one single glance. This, as we know, is what the Brahmins, wise men or priests in the Vedic tradition, express in that sacred, mystic formula which is yet really so simple and so clear, Tattvam Asi, this is you. Or, again, in such words as, I am in the east and the west, I am above and below, I am this entire world. Erwin Schrödinger, My View of the World. Quantum theory will not look ridiculous to people who have read Vedanta. Werner Heisenberg. Maya, illusion or appearance, Leela, divine play or cosmic drama. Hindu philosophical concepts Maya and Leela proclaim that the reality we see does not exist or is not real in the sense we perceive it to be. These ideas indicate the universe is not made up of solid matter, but rather is made up of pure energy/consciousness. The observer and the observed are same. Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya, is a Sanskrit mantra that is one of the core principles of Advaita Vedanta. It means that Brahman, which is the supreme reality, is real, and the world, which is changing and illusory, is false. Maya operates by both veiling and projecting. It veils the true reality, concealing it from our understanding. At the same time, it projects the illusory world that we perceive. Vedanta. These ideas indicate the universe is not made up of solid matter, but rather is made up of pure energy, consciousness. In ancient India, the pursuit of knowledge was seen as a means of uncovering the profound truths of existence. The sages engaged in drawing observations from the natural world, its cycles, and the interrelationships between various entities of the universe. They recognized astronomical patterns, cyclical rhythms, and interconnections that existed in both the macrocosm, the universe, and the microcosm, individual human life. Avidya, ignorance, makes us believe that we are our bodies. The concept of Sundarya Ananda in Hindu philosophy is to overcome this ignorance and experience the beauty and magnificence of creation as a source of spiritual fulfillment. Sundarya refers to beauty, grace, and aesthetics, while Ananda signifies bliss, joy, a state of inner contentment. The idea of every act being a performance to experience consciousness signifies the potential for every action to be infused with a sense of reverence and mindfulness. The beauty of the universe is all around us. It can be found in the natural world, in the works of art and music, and in the hearts of all beings. And the ability to appreciate it can bring about a sense of peace, joy, and love. Vedic seers developed a profound awareness of the interconnectedness in the universe. They contemplated cosmic balance, natural order, harmony in the universe as they sought to understand the presence of humans as conscious beings within the broader cosmos. Every thought and interaction was seen as an opportunity to connect with the divine. Saptarishi Mandal, Big Dipper. Saptarishi, 7 sages, are revered by Hindus. Represented as constellation. The Saptarishis are credited with shaping and transmitting spiritual knowledge through disciples. They are believed to continue their existence across different yugas, ages, symbolizing the timeless nature of their teachings. Samkhya Darshana philosophy. Pure consciousness, Purusha, is the ultimate reality. It is unchanging, eternal, and without qualities. When consciousness comes into proximity with matter, Prakriti, it causes matter to evolve. The first product of this evolution is the intellect, Buddhi. The intellect allows us to distinguish between different objects and experiences. The next product of evolution is the ego, Ahamkara. It is the sense of I that creates the illusion of separation between the individual and the whole. The ego is also responsible for our attachments and desires. From the ego, the 5 senses and the mind evolve. The senses allow us to perceive the external world, while the mind allows us to process our sensory experiences and form thoughts and emotions. The evolution of the physical body as a vehicle that allows us to experience the material world. The mind is a product of the interaction between Purusha and Prakriti. It is the interface between the spiritual and material worlds, which allows us to experience both. Five Elements, Buddhas. Various Hindu texts discuss the concept of the Panchabuddhas and their role in the creation and dissolution of the universe. Buddha refers to a spirit-like being or something of the past. It is said the reality we experience stems from a principal tattva, consciousness, which evolves successively into additional tattvas or principles. The Sanskrit verse means, "This universe is made of the 5 elements, the combination of these 5 elements in different proportions creates the entire universe." The 5 elements are Akasha, space, Vayu, air, Tejas, fire, Apas, water, and Prithvi, earth. Earth Tattva is associated with the solid matter of the universe, such as the planets and stars. It provides mass. Fire, energy of the universe, such as the sun and the lightning. Air, movement of the universe, such as the wind and the tides. Water, fluidity of the universe, such as the oceans and rivers. Space, vastness, expansive nature of the universe. Earth, Prithvi. This element is associated with the bones, muscles, skin, hair, and nails. Water, Apas. Blood, plasma, lymph, and other bodily fluids. Fire, Tejas. Digestion, metabolism, and body heat. Air, Vayu. Breath, circulation, and nervous system. Space, Akasha. Cavities of the body, such as the lungs, intestines, and stomach. Ritukarya, seasonal routine. Ayurveda emphasizes the importance of adjusting one's lifestyle, diet, and activities according to the changing seasons. According to Ayurveda, imbalance of these elements, the dashas are present in everyone in different proportions. Vata, air and space dasha is associated with movement, change, and creativity. Pitta, fire and water dasha of digestion, metabolism, and transformation. Kapha, earth and water dasha of structure, stability, and nourishment. The maths of universe. The laws of nature are written in the language of mathematics. The symbols are triangles, circles and other geometrical figures, without whose help it is impossible to comprehend a single word. Galileo Galilei. Code of Nature. Panini was a Sanskrit scholar, 5th century BC. He wrote a book called the Ashtadhyayi, which he uses a series of numbers 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, etc. to postulate rules of grammar of the Sanskrit language. Later Pingala, ancient mathematician, conceptualized a pyramid of stacked numbers that he claimed converges to the golden mean, calling them Matrameru, Sumeru. Like Pascal's triangle, written hundreds of years after Pingala, the Matrameru of Pingala consists of a pyramid in which adjacent proportions converge towards a particular ratio. The 5th century scholar Varahamihara used Pingala's work in his theory of binomial coefficients. These series of numbers was later rediscovered by Leonardo Fibonacci, an Italian mathematician, in the 13th century AD. Acharya Pingala, an ancient Indian mathematician, was the first inventor of the binary number system and the Fibonacci sequence, authorized in his book Chandasastra. I loved Indian mathematicians to such an extent above all others that I completely devoted myself to them, by Leonardo Pisano Bigallo, Fibonacci.